Okay, students, today we will discuss liquid crystal display. So, in today's tutorial, we will discuss what is liquid crystal displays. LCDs. Okay, so it is one of the output device. It is one of the output device used to display text, letters. Text means letters, symbols, and numbers. Text or letters in caps as well as small. Okay. So liquid crystal displays are output devices and they can display these texts in the form of letters, capital as well as small, some special symbols and numbers. These displays are very small in size and they cannot display graphics. For graphics, there is a different LCDs which come in the market nowadays. They are called as GLCDs, graphical liquid crystal displays. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about how these LCDs, basic LCD module is interface with this microcontroller family, with microcontroller 8051 family. Okay, so this is what we are basically interested in. So this is what the internal architecture. If you look at, there is a glass fiber inside and two electrodes, one is negative electrode and another is positive electrode, and in between these two electrodes there is a liquid crystal material. So it is used for displaying numbers or characters or special symbols. Okay. And this entire unit is then sealed or packed in one intact package, and then it is used as an unit called as an LCD. Okay, so this is the internal of liquid crystal display. Now when we are uh, looking at LCD interfacing with 5-1 family, it is very necessary to first of all understand the pin diagram. So this is the pin diagram of liquid crystal display. It has total 16 pins. Okay, out of which the first pin is a ground pin as mentioned here. The second one is a VDD. Second pin is a supply pin, VDD. And the third pin is a contrast control. Contrast, or you may call it as a brightness control. So this is a contrast control pin. You can control the brightness of this LCD display. Then pin number 4, 5 and 6. These are very important pins as far as LCD output displays are concerned, and they are called as RS, stands for resistor select. Resistor select. Okay. Then second pin is the read write pin, fifth number pin, and sixth number pin is the enable pin. So internally there are two types of resistors available in LCD, and they are called as command resistor and second one is data resistor. So command resistor is used for issuing commands. There are various types of commands. We'll look at those commands later on. So to issue these commands, we use command resistors, and to issue or to transfer data, we use data resistor. So when this RS pin is 0, then it is a command. Then there is a selection of command register. And when this RS pin is 1, it is a data pin. That means when we in a program write that RS pin is equal to 0, then whatever we transfer on these lines D0 to D7 lines will be treated as commands for this LCD display. But when this RS pin is equal to 1, whatever we transfer in between these two, in between these 7 pins, okay, D0 to D7, they are treated as a data. Okay, so this is very essential part and we have to remember. Now, as far as this read write is concerned, we are always writing, because this is output device, so we are always writing to the display. We are not reading from display, and therefore we'll make this pin ground. So read write pin is always 0. This enable pin is very important in application. We need to provide a short duration high to low pulse in order that this register should write command or data. Okay, so for this a very small duration spike or pulse we need to provide at enable pin. Okay, so this is a very small duration pulse, right? So this is the main important pins that we have to take into considerations while programming LCD displays. So we have looked at the internal architecture of LCD, how it looks like, why it is called as liquid crystal display, because basically there are liquid crystals used internally in the display. That's why they are called as liquid crystals. They are mainly used for displaying text, symbols and numbers, and for graphical displays, for images, some different LCDs, graphical LCDs are used. This is the pin diagram. There are total 16 pins. Pins D0 to D7. These are very important pins. I forgot to mention. D0 to D7 are called as the data pins. They are data pins. And on these 8 lines, on these 8 data lines, we are providing data. Okay, and there are 2 more lines, LED positive and LED negative. They are given as an internal supply, as an backlight supply for this LCD, and when supply is given to this positive or negative terminals of the LCD, then this display gets backlight, its internal backlight gets supply, and then we are able to see the text or displays, because this display gets excited, and for its excitation we required some supply. So this is what the internal pin diagram of LCD. There are total 16 pins. Please remember this. This is the internal architecture. And now let us quickly move to the various commands. Before I go to the various commands, let me explain you how LCD is interfaced with microcontroller 8051. So for that, we draw here, let's say I am drawing here microcontrollers. Okay, so this is my microcontroller portion. Here let's say pin 2.0 to, let's say, pin 2.7. I am connecting to the data pins. Let's say this is my LCD display 16 by 2. Okay, so what is meant by 16 by 2? I will cover it within a while. So this is a 16 by 2 display. There are various specifications of LCD that come in the market, such as 8 by 2, then 32 by 4. Okay, so various categories of displays come in market. So we are basically demonstrating here 16 by 2 LCD interfacing. So there are total D0 to D7 lines, 8 lines. So we are connecting these 8 lines to these port pins, port P2.0 to 2.7. So they are connected to D0 to D7 pins of LCD. Alright, then as I stated, the pin number 1, then pin number 2 and pin number 3, they are very important for supply is concerned. One pin is VCC pin, so we are giving plus 5 volt or plus V supply at that pin, then one is a contrast control, and one is a ground pin. Okay, so to this contrast pin or brightness control, we are providing a resistor pot. Okay, to one end of it we are providing plus pin, and this middle end we are connecting here. So as we move this pot, the brightness will be changed. This pin is connected to this V. Okay, so the supply, ground and brightness control pins are connected. Then I am using two more pins such as 3.0 and P3.1 for interfacing or for connecting RS pin and enable pin. So there are two more pins. This is RS pin, and there is a read write pin, and one more pin is there, that is enable pin. So this pin I am grounding permanently because I am doing a write operation. This pin is connected to pin 3.0 here, and this enable pin is connected to this pin 3.1. Okay, so in this way the interfacing of microcontroller with LCD is carried out. Various pins are connected in this fashion, and then we are writing a program in Keil microcontroller. Now here let me clear what is mean by this 16 by 2. So 16 by 2 is nothing but 16 rows. So there are totally 16 rows, 16 not rows, 16 characters. So here in this LCD you observe there are total 16 characters we can display in one row. This 2 indicates number of rows, and this indicates number of characters. So there are total 16 characters and there are 2 rows. So this is first row, this is row number 1, and this is second row, this is row number 2. Okay, so in row 1 there are 16 characters, and in row 2 there are 16 characters, and thus it makes 16 by 2 LCD display. Alright, now let us go to the various commands that we are using for programming LCD. So you note down important commands. 0x01, so these commands are given in the form of hex code. So 0x01 is to clear the display screen. 0x30 is 8-bit 1 line 5 by 7 dots. Then 0x38 is it sets 8-bit 2 line 5 by 7 dots. So all the various different commands are given here. So out of these few of the commands which we are interested in, such as display on, cursor on, okay, then display on, cursor off, then force cursor to the beginning of first row, force cursor to the beginning of second row. These are some of the commands which we are interested more, because we are using these commands at more number of times. So we are making use of these commands to program LCD. So let us quickly go to the Proteus and understand how this LCD is interfaced to the microcontroller. So here you can see very easily in the Proteus I have drawn the diagram, and you can see here port pin 2.0 to pin port 2.7 are connected to D0 to D7 data lines. So all the port pins of microcontroller 2.0 to 2.7 are connected to D0 to D7 pins of LCD. Then pin number 1 is a VSS supply is given to this pin. Then the middle pin, which is the output of the pot, is given to the VDD, which controls the brightness of LCD, and this VEE point is connected to the ground. So let me connect this point to the ground. So this point is connected to the ground, right? Then RS is a resistor select pin. It is connected to pin 3.0. Read write pin is permanently connected to the ground, and enable pin is connected to pin 3.1. So this is the way how we are interfacing LCD to microcontroller. Now let us quickly go to the Keil environment, wherein we have written one program to explain how LCD is interfaced. So this is initialization, include reg51.h. This is a header file because all the libraries are there in this particular file, so that's why we are using this reg51.h. string file we are using because we are handling various characters and strings in this program, so that's why we are using string related header file also. Then coming back to this s bit rs is 3.0. I have connected register select pin to the pin 3.0. You know all very well that s bit command is used to define the port pins with this label. So rs is the label I am assigning to pin 3.0. S bit enable is 3.1. Then I have written some functions. I have written some procedures such as LCD command to issue the commands to the LCD. Then LCD data, this function uh, uh, is used to transfer data, and then this LCD str is used actually to send the number of strings. Okay, then delay routine is called here. So all these functions are defined at the beginning. Then my main function starts here. You can observe LCD command 0x38. Now you go back here and try to understand what is 38 means. 0x38 is 8-bit 2 line 5 by 7 dots. So I am initializing my LCD in 0x38. So I am using 8-bit mode operation. Then I am going to use both the lines. Okay, and then I am using the maximum resolution, that is 5 by 7 dots per character. So this particular command I am using at the beginning to initialize the LCD. So LCD command I am sending here 0x38. Then I am using 0x0e. Again you observe here 0x0e is a display on cursor on. So movement the I turn my simulation on, I will observe that my display is on and cursor is blinking. So 0x0e is the next command that I am issuing to the LCD. Then next part is I am writing one while loop, while true condition, and inside that I am using LCD command 0x80. So what is 80? 80 is force cursor to the beginning of first row. So I am forcing my cursor. I am forcing my cursor at the beginning of first row because I want to start letters at the beginning of first line. Okay, so from first line onwards I am writing the letters, so that's why I am forcing my cursor to move to the 0x80 line. So that's why I use this command 0x80. Then I move to the actual data which I am interested in sending. Okay, so I know that in the first line only 16 characters I can place because it is 16 by 2 display. Therefore I will ensure that there will be 16 characters in the first line. So here you measure there are total 16 characters embedded system, so that I am sending to this function LCD str. Later on I will tell you how this function is written. Then after writing the first line I have to move to the second line, and for that I am using a command 0xc0. So this command will force the cursor to move to the second line. Okay, as you can see here, this will force the cursor to the beginning of second row. All right, now let us come back here. Then I am using LCD command, LCD str. I am writing my name here. Okay, so I am sending my name at the second line. So at the first line there is embedded system, at the second line there is my name. Okay, so when these two lines are completed, now the display is full. Now what I want to do is I want to flash, I want to clear the display, and again display should go at the beginning of the first line, and then it should continuously go on displaying some different messages. And that's why I'm using the next command 0x01 is to clear the screen, and 0x80 again it forces the display to start from the first line of the character. So initially I issued two commands. I issued two statements as a data statements to the LCD, such as embedded system and Milind Ashok Nathu, my name. Then I cleared the display, and then again I forced LCD to start writing from the first line. Then I have used another statement such as subscribe to, and then I am moving to the again second line, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So totally if you look at in this particular program, at the beginning, this program will display embedded systems, Milind Ashok Nathu. Then it clears the display. Again it goes to the first line and then it writes subscribe to my. Then it goes to the second line and displays YouTube channel. Again it clears the display and this process will go on continuously. Okay, so this loop will run continuously until this condition false. But since while one is always true condition, this will always keep running. Okay, now let us come back to these routines. So delay I have already explained to you. By making use of two variables, I have written a small delay here, making use of these small for loops. Then LCD data, coming to the LCD data, here I am passing some character means I am passing some numbers 0x38, 0x80, 0xc0, 0x0e, such commands I am passing. So these numbers are coming here. So whatever coming inside this bracket will be treated as a data. Okay, and this data will be sent to this P2. Okay, so these characters are passed to the P2 because that is a data. Now while transferring data, I have to ensure that when I am transferring data, my RS pin should be 1, because I already explained you in my beginning talk that when RS pin is 0 it is a command, and when RS pin is 1 it is a data. So this is RS pin makes this will treat this whatever I send in this bracket as a data. Then I will be enabling 1 and then I am calling a delay for some time, because I told you that to send data or to command to LCD I need to enable it for a small while. So that's why I am sending a small spike at enable. So I am making it high and again I am making it 0 for a small while. So that's why I called the delay in between. So I am enabling pin 1, then I am calling delay and then I am making it 0. Okay, then coming back to the LCD command, same routine exactly like data, only the difference is instead of RS is equal to 1 I have made here RS is equal to 0. Okay, then here you observe in LCD str I am sending actually these entire strings which I have already mentioned, embedded system, then my name, then subscribe to and my channel. Okay, so this entire data I am passing here. Okay, as a string I have used here pointer, and then through loop, okay, I have written it into the that particular string variable, and then I am passing that string to the LCD data. So this is a for loop which starts from 0, and here you observe this particular character indicates escape statement. Escape statements mean end of line. Okay, so when this character comes, then LCD understands that it is end of line and then it will stop. So I have to run the loop until there is end of line. Okay, till that point I have to repeat the loop, then it reads one by one all the characters and then it sends to the LCD data. So this is what the function for LCD str which I have written. And now if I run this particular program and generate its hex file and dump it or flash it into my simulation, then I will be able to see this result. So let's see what happens. I will quickly compile and build this file. So there are 0 errors. Then compile and build it once again. Now you observe there is a hex file called as LCD demo. Now you go to the Proteus, double click on the controller, then select this hex file on this particular folder, okay, which I have saved already at LCD demo.hex. Then open it, okay, and click on OK, and now my simulation is ready for execution. Now if I run it, you observe it will display embedded system by Milind Ashok Nathu, then clears the display, subscribes to my YouTube channel. Okay, this is the way how we can write the programs, right? So this is a very nice simulation which we can observe in Proteus. Thank you very much.